Hello and welcome to another battle on WOT Tactics. I'm on the King Tiger this time, and I'm actually facing tier 9, so it's not going to be an easy battle. It's not going to be too bad, there's no tier 10s, but still, facing the likes of IS-8s and Object 704 and Leopard PTA, it's not going to be a very easy game. I know this is not going to be a good game, an easy game. I also know, well, I don't know when I start the game, but I know at the end that there were some very good players on the enemy team, and that actually is what makes this game particularly interesting, because it's actually on balance throughout, right through to the end. It's a very long battle. One thing I don't like to do on the King Tiger is actually lead the charge, because the King Tiger doesn't really have very good armor, so it's actually better to stay slightly behind and don't expose yourself. So I'm quite happy to let this WZ111 go ahead, and I would be even more happy if this A75 next to me would be a little bit more courageous and drive forward, and finally does. And here are some targets, and I just don't know why. Sometimes I shoot on the sides of IS-3 and I don't penetrate. I don't know. Spaced armor, maybe. I don't understand why that A75 is not going forward, really. What's he got to worry about? He's got very good armor. He's got me covering him, and finally makes his move. We're winning 3-0. That's a good start, although we haven't destroyed any of the enemy heavy tanks. Having a 3-0 lead at the beginning is good. We basically destroyed the 2 light tanks and a medium tank, so that's good. But we have this big concentration of heavy tank to deal with here now, and the E75, much to my surprise, has completely left this side. I would have actually stayed here if I'd been him and gone behind that rock that is there, and I would have covered him. Nevertheless, I managed to deal some damage. I'm probably backtracking a little bit too much. I should have kind of stayed a bit more there, and I kind of missed my chance there, because I should have really fired when he was actually still. But I'm extremely cautious with the King Tiger, because they penetrate the armor so easily. Lots of wiggling there from the IS-8, but at least I tracked him, if that's any use to anyone. Now let's see if I can aim at the right spot. I do, and funnily enough, I even bounced his shot with my turret. I'm actually quite surprised about that. Doesn't happen often. Finally, the 75 takes the position that I was expecting him to take right from the beginning, and if he does that, he can do a bit of side scraping. I can cover him from behind. I can actually pounce this IS-8. I finally take some serious damage, but I've also delivered some, and if I can kind of not take more damage in the next couple of minutes, then I should be alright, and I can just, if I can just edge in and miss the shot. In the meantime, the situation is getting a bit confusing right there in the middle, because I'm not quite sure who's winning there, so I'm beginning to think about going there and maybe helping out. We're actually losing now, and I'm kind of a bit torn as to whether to carry on supporting the E75 or actually go down the middle and maybe destroy that Panther that you see there moving through, or even that Chiri. I'm extremely careful now, because I know that if I come out and expose my side, they'll penetrate me, so I'm a little bit cautious. Maybe I shouldn't be. And there he is, Panther coming out there, and they destroy it before me. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, we managed to take down a fair number of enemy heavy tanks. We've lost none so far, so that's good. Even in terms of HP, the situation is still fairly balanced, although actually we're low by 1000 HP. And look at this, that Object 704 came out just out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was there before, and he got 700 plus HP down from my pool of HP. Now I'm really disappointed with this. I'm now in a situation where I can't really take any more hits, and as you can see, I'm reversing. I'm glad we're winning, because I don't feel I can actually contribute much more to the battle unless my teammates are in good health and can cover me. At the same time, I'm also a bit annoyed with this Object 704. I want to kind of be a bit of retribution in this case, and guess what? It just manages to cover behind that rock, but at least I deliver a bit of damage and I take his health down, and that's enough for the E75 to get rid of him with one shot. And we are winning. Situation is rather interesting now, because okay, we've won the valley, but the island is completely a big question mark. In fact, it's not looking good at all. And those light tanks are doing a good job, and I'm trying to see if I can at least support that Centurion, and he gets destroyed. I missed the shot, unfortunately. I'm not very lucky there, and suddenly we're even again. That's not good, and I'm not happy with my position here. I think it's a bit too, as you can see, a bit too vulnerable. Still hoping to maybe spot them, and then I decide to go and hide behind that rock that you see here, this rock. I know that if it's just my turret protruding, there is very little chance for the AMX or the T44 to penetrate me. So that position here actually is very good, because look, it's just my turret exposed coming out, just the gun. That's really good. My sides is completely covered. In the meantime, our two other heavy tanks and the light tank have made their way to the base and are making good progress, but I am not sure about that T44, and I have a feeling he's going to go and try and capture the base. So I just want to make sure that if it does go and capture the base, I can destroy it. In the meantime though, our AMX 1390 that was capturing the base has been destroyed by its namesake on the enemy team. So this isn't looking very good, because those two enemies, the T44 and the AMX 1390, are actually two very good players, as I will find out later. I am down with no kills, not looking good. The two heavy tanks are asking me to go and join them, and I actually tell them, look, I'm low HP and there's that T44 lurking in the island. I think the best thing to do is defend base, and they agree with me. So I'm just sitting here. It looks like I'm wasting my time, but it's too important now that there is no way that the T44 can go and capture basic. You can see there I'm signaling the fact that I'm looking at that area, because if it goes to capture the base, there is no way that the two heavy tanks there can catch up, and if I go and join them, then you know, there is no way for me either. And there he is, and just watch this. I missed the shot. I don't know what happened to that shot, and I don't mind. I don't mind if he's trying to hit me, because he got he did get the turret in the end, but I know I can get him.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And I do. Wow, that was good shot, a blind shot, as they say. I'm sorry my gunner is dead, but I still managed to destroy it. It's actually incredible how I managed to get that shot even though my gunner was dead. Unfortunately, I had used up my excuse me, my repair kit, my medical kit, so I couldn't use that again. And in the meantime, the AMX 1390 has also destroyed the WZ111. So it's time for me to go and help the E75. And I mean, look at that, he's only got 12% left, only 219 hit points. And against an autoloader like the AMX 1390, that is not good news. So I'm telling him that I'm coming to help, and I'm hoping that he just holds back, and instead he starts attacking. Why are you attacking? Don't attack, wait for me. Wait for me, don't attack him. And the AMX is obviously hiding somewhere behind the back of the base, and by doing that he's basically dead giveaway on his position. AMX 1390 starts to circle him,
Penetration.
but I also have a good shot on him, and I
Enemy
kill
armor
him.
is destroyed.
Now that was pretty good, because considering I had a dead gunner, I managed to destroy the last 2 enemy tanks, and that enemy tank that I destroyed, if you look at his stats, was a pretty good one. And I'm actually surprised that he didn't go for me. I wonder if he was perhaps maybe reloading. It could be. Maybe he was reloading and he couldn't expose himself. He also had low HP, but with 2 shots I managed to destroy him. And I was very, very pleased with this game. Even though I didn't do anything exceptional in terms of performance, I definitely have saved the game for my team, and I'm glad I did. Thank you for watching.